Get back in here. Sit down. What's your problem? Be quiet. Be quiet. Or I'll hold you in contempt of court. You might want to reconsider representing yourself, Mr. Colton.
All right, guys. Today, we've got another sovereign citizen genius in court who thought representing himself was somehow a winning strategy. Shockingly, it wasn't. But the real chaos kicks in when he decides to mock the judge on his way out. Spoiler alert, that did not go well. Judges have full authority to maintain order in their courtroom, and this one was not about to let some wannabe legal expert disrespect him. This turned
Calling City of Pontiac versus Philip Colton, case number 23 TRD 802. Good morning. Mr. Colton, did you understand all of the rights and plea options I explained to everyone?
For the most part, if I'm not wrong, I am entitled to a crash report or an accident report, I should say.
Well, if you're not wrong, then you want to plead not guilty today, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and that can be obtained by you and or your attorney from the law director or the prosecutor's office.
I have asked, I've went to records and it is not available.
Okay, well, we can deal with that later.
Okay.
This is your initial appearance hearing. Did you have any questions about the rights and plea options I explained to you earlier?
No, sir.
Did you receive a copy of this traffic citation that was issued on November 4th, 2020?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you are charged with one count of stopping after or failing to stop after an accident or leaving the scene of crash or accident. A violation of section 335.12A1 of the Pontiac City Ordinances. If you're convicted of this offense, it's a first-degree misdemeanor. If you're convicted of this offense, you face a maximum 6 months in jail and a maximum fine of $1,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Also, if there is anyone who is damaged as a result of your actions and you're convicted of this offense, the court could order restitution, order you to pay restitution to that victim of up to $5,000. Do you understand that as a possible consequence? Finally, if you're convicted of this offense, you face a minimum license suspension of 6 months up to a maximum 3 years. So do you understand that as a possible consequence? And how do you wish to plead to this charge? The court will accept your not guilty plea. Are you asking the court to consider appointing an attorney to represent you?
No, sir.
Okay, will you be retaining an attorney?
No, sir. I'll be representing myself.
That's not a wise thing, Mr. Colton, to represent yourself. You're not an attorney. You don't know the legal processes. So I
do have that right, though, right?
You sure do, sir.
Okay.
So you wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
This is the moment where everything really starts going downhill for our self-appointed law expert. I will never understand why someone facing actual jail time would refuse a lawyer. Like, is the Sovereign Citizen Facebook group convincing people they're smarter than the entire legal system? Fun fact, over 80% of felony defendants who represent themselves end up guilty. That's not a hunch, that's a real statistic.
Do you read and write English for the record? I'm going to provide you a document. It's entitled Waiver of Counsel. Take a few minutes to read it. If you find it acceptable, you can sign and date at the bottom. The court finds the defendant has executed in open court the written waiver of counsel document. In this case, Mr. Colton has decided to represent himself, so he will be pro se. Okay, Mr. Colton, I do not have a written bond recommendation from the prosecutor or law director, as this was a citation issued by the police officer, so I have to ask you a few questions. Do you live, the ticket has you at 5 West Main?
Yes,
What's the apartment number?
37.
37 in Pontiac. How long have you lived there? 4 years? Let's see, Mr. Colton has no prior criminal history in this court. This last traffic violation was back in 2008. Mr. Colton does not represent to be a flight risk. I will set bond in the amount of $5,000 personal recognizance. And I will set this case for a pretrial conference in the near future. We're being released on your own recognizance, Mr. Colton. You're going to go, when you leave the courtroom, you're going to go to the clerk's window. They're going to give you a date and time for your next hearing. That will be the only notice you receive from the court, so make sure you put it on your calendar. If you fail to appear for that hearing, I'll revoke your bond and then I'll issue a bench warrant for your arrest, okay? You could also, the city of county, have $5,000 if you aren't here when you're supposed to be here. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I am not your attorney. I am not your legal advisor. So if you're going to ask me, like you're not the first one who's going to ask me legal questions. I cannot answer your legal question, only procedure. So you have any procedural questions for me?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
I would like to know why I am not getting an accident report.
Mr. Colton, you're going to represent yourself. There are what we call rules of discovery. So I would advise you to talk to the prosecutor or law director's office, which is across the hall, and then they'll provide that to you.
Is there a reason you can't?
This is where we get into the situation where a non-lawyer isn't familiar with the procedures. The court doesn't provide discovery. Discovery is exchanged between the parties.
How come the records office will not give me a copy?
Talk to the law director's office. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Get back in here.
Sir, get back in court.
Sit down. What's your problem?
I believe I'm getting railroaded.
You just pled not guilty to a charge. I found you not guilty. I've accepted the not guilty plea. Be quiet! Be quiet! Or I'll hold you in contempt of court. Now, why do you feel railroaded? Because you went to the police department and asked for a copy of the report. You went to the wrong office. And any attorney would know that. You go to the law director's office, which is prosecuting this case. And you don't get it from the court. Any attorney knows that. You might want to reconsider representing yourself, Mr. Colton.
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any other noises you want to make before you leave this courtroom?
No, thank you.
Then get out of here without making a noise.
Yes, sir.
Somebody check this man's ego, because there's no way he walked out with the same confidence he walked in with. Now, I admit, the judge might have gone a little hard on him, but honestly, I can't blame him. Dealing with sovereign citizens every day has to be mentally exhausting. These people swear they've uncovered some secret legal loophole that makes them immune to the law. But all they really do is waste the court's time. At some point, any judge is bound to snap. And this guy just happened to be the unlucky one standing there when it happened. But seriously, if you're staring down jail time, why would you not want an actual lawyer? Even a public